Hello, everyone, and welcome. And tonight I've got a familiar face. It's Lois Haddo. How you doing?
I'm very well, thank you. How's your good self, Jacqueline?
Oh dear, yeah, wonderful, really. I had a
Hey,
weekend
Nettie.
for Paranormal. So I went to Crufts. So I was actually, I had a dog stand at Crufts.
Oh, very
So
nice. How?
yeah, so it was so they've got a stand per sort of breed, 200 and
Yep.
something whatever breeds. And I was actually on the boxer stand, so people were asking
Oh.
me about boxers. So yeah, the furry, they got waggy tails, will break everything. But there you go. Apart from that, but yeah. But how are you doing? Just sharing at
Yeah,
the moment, which is why we're not actually looking much. So I catch up with everybody very soon. All right,
I
Grumpy's arrived. Oh, bless you.
grumpy. Oh, is that our Nicky? Is that Nicky Batty?
Yay! So,
Ah,
what?
hey,
Tonight live
Nigel.
from the North Pole. Hello, I'm Mr. Grumpy. Right. Oh my gosh, you've been so busy since we last spoke. So,
Oh, I don't
when
even.
did you move over to Simply Spooky? Then was it about 2 years ago. We're trying to work it
Two
out.
years ago, yeah, I moved over to Simply Spooky. Oh wow. So basically, I used to work with yourself in Paranormal Past, and then I moved over to Simply Spooky, with Dan and all that. I started the Tuesday night with them, and Viv had, oh, hi, Mr. Seaton. Viv asked me how I would feel about having shows of my own. I said, I kind of hummed and hawed the idea. So my first idea came up to being, why not do what I enjoy? Passion. I have a passion for, and that's true crime and serial killers. So I thought, yeah, that would be a good show. Hi, Jeanette, how you doing? And she said to me, well, why don't you do a show on Friday too?
Ah,
And she said, why don't you call it something like Frighteners? And I sort of hummed and hawed, and I was sort of, we'll see, sort of thing. But then I went, do you know what? I'll just go with it. Hi, Robert.
cool.
Hey, Cal. So it was that kind of way. I just went with it. So now I'm doing two podcasts plus the Tuesday night show. So it's quite been, it's taken off more than what I was expecting in myself, because like when I was with yourself and like I'd done podcasts, I was still trying to find my feet. Like I wouldn't have confidence, you know, in Friday.
There you go.
I can quite believe they Fridays have never been the same. Um, I was still trying to find my feet, and I just didn't feel that I could have that confidence
Oh, bless
to do. So it was that sort of thing. I sort of said to them, I'll see how it kind of goes, and I did Tuesdays, and then I fell into Thursdays, and then it was about looking at, well, who do I bring in with me? Because I sure can't do podcasts myself. Yeah, I may look confident in some things, but I thought I couldn't do it myself. So then, like, Thursday started, and Nick Millay.
Yeah.
I just fell into Nick Millay, and I said to Nick, Nick, you know, would you come aboard with me? And he said yes. And he probably thinks that's the hardest time of his life.
Oh,
And then Rosie fell in, and then it just went to there. The same with Friday. I had Nick at my back and said, Nick, would you do this with me on a Friday, Thursday, Friday? You're getting me twice in 2 nights. You're lucky ducky.
oh,
He said, yeah. And then I, Ian came on to the podcast with me and Viv. And I liked Ian, and I thought, do you know what? Me and him could bounce off each other.
brilliant. That's what you need. Yeah.
And I thought, I'll bring him in as well. and I liked Ian's style, and I was like, yeah, I'll go with it from there. Then Bri came in to another interview I was in, and I was like, I like your style and I like your knowledge. So, hiya, Nando. And I thought, yeah, why not? I was like, you could come aboard too. And then my latest addition to the crime show was Wayne and Mark, because it was that kind of way where I listen to Wayne and Mark and I think you guys are really, really knowledgeable. Okay, right, Mark's not there often, but Wayne's there every time, and it was like I thought listening to Wayne and him and Mark and the you know the broness, the bromance that they two have got going.
Yeah.
And I thought, listening to you two, you guys, like, you would be like the finishing touches to like my enterprise. And I know if I go off for whatever reason, I'm coming back to a podcast. It's not going to fall through the ceiling or anything like that. So it's been a roller coaster. I will tell you that. It's not been easy, but it's getting there.
Brilliant. No, you've done really well, but it is so hard. People don't realise it's not all about switching the laptop on and that's it. You've got to find what you're talking about. You've got to find a guest if you do that. You've then got to share it and then sort of even like follow up, haven't you? Make sure people are going to come on and everything. And it's just not the hour and a half.
It's not just that. It can be draining, as you say, because I had a certain. I mean, the whole of last year in 23, every Friday we had a guest, and I didn't actually realise until probably December how draining, and I don't mean that bad way. I love all my guests that came on. I absolutely love having my guests, but it's, as you say, everybody just thinks when you're talking like this, really there's nothing to it, and it's like, well, wait now, you've got to think of the subject, you have to interact with your guests, you've got to make sure that they're always happy, whilst interacting with your viewers as well. You've got to make sure they're happy as well, because as I said, at podcasting world, there's two centres. The two centres is A, your guest, B, your viewers. See if they go home happy, that's it. You've done a good game. Hi Andy, hi Shelley. And that's off to you. Thank you very much. As I said, that is the centre of both, is got to be your viewers and your guests. Without your viewers, you wouldn't have podcasts. We all wouldn't have podcasts without our guests and viewers. They definitely make a podcast.
That's right. Correct. Sometimes, like today, I've had a shocking day. It seems, like I do accounts. It's approaching year end, and things are not going well at the moment.
I'm sorry to hear that, Catherine.
But it's really like hectic, and like sometimes you're just absolutely drained from work. But in some ways, you think, oh, I want to cancel, but I don't let my guests down, and if people watch it, you're not going to do that. So you sort of do it, but it keeps you going, doesn't it? And if you got a good guest, it leaves you in a happy place. Whereas after a day at work, you just finish and think, oh no, but here we go. There's somebody working at the moment.
Hey, Mark.
New Zealand. Are you okay? But yeah, I don't know. I don't know why I do this. It's down to COVID, then you just kind of do it, don't you? And it's something to do on a Monday. And, people keep us going.
And I think as well, when obviously 2020 happened, for a lot of people were isolated in their homes. There was a lot of people who couldn't go out. They couldn't even see their families. They couldn't see, oh, hello, Mr. Coleman. Hey, Laura. Hey, everybody. They couldn't see their families. They couldn't see anyone. And really, who did they really have? No one. So, like, the only thing they could do was go on Facebook. They weren't seeing any investigations. No one was out investigating. So, the only time they would really see people is on podcasts.
That's right.
So, you know what I mean?
Apart from the ones who set up the limited companies, then after a year realised that they've got to get a accountant out to do a return. So quite a few people in the UK became a limited company so that they could say that going out to haunted locations will actually work for filming.
Yeah.
So quite a few did that, and then they just get stung by a taxman, don't they? Which is quite. And you notice a lot of those aren't around anymore.
Oh God, aye.
Oh, hello.
Oh God, aye.
Hi, Steve.
Oh, is that bloody Steve Daly?
I missed him. Where's he gone? Oh, well. Yeah.
Good evening.
Hi.
Oh, I hope you're all right. She always calls me. You're 21, my honey. Yeah, 2020 did shake a lot of people. It really, really did shake a lot of people.
We can't go into too much about that, Carl.
No,
because there's an issue with a sort of provider at the moment, and if something gets mentioned, then there are issues. So yeah.
Yeah. But it's definitely one of those things. I mean, to be honest, podcasting takes up really all my time now, to be fair. But I wouldn't have it any other way. I really do enjoy podcasting. It's nice to interact with people. It's nice to have a laugh and a carry on. Hi, Irene. And as I said, I don't want to be professional. I want to be different. I want to be fun. I want people to come on, be able to kick their shoes off on a Friday night. Have a chill, have a laugh. It's like working in a pub. You always have your regulars.
Yeah, that's right. Like when COVID was on, we did Lockdown Loonies on a Friday, which was really mad. And one night it actually went viral. So like thousands of people were watching it. I don't know what Facebook did, but it was just mad. It really was. Yeah.
Hiya, William.
But and that was the situation then, wasn't it? And like if people don't go out on a Friday, what do they do? Because TV has got appalling now, hasn't it?
Oh God, you're paying hundreds of pounds for a TV licence to repeats, whilst you could go onto Facebook and, I don't know, watch Frighteners or Other Dimension. I'm trying to think of other podcasts that are on a Friday. Any other podcast, and you're watching it in the leisure, you're home paying nothing.
Yeah, that's it. Like I was in Saturday night, and oh my gosh, yeah, it's just not worth it, is it? I think it's great how many people you meet that otherwise you would never come across. And that is true because, like, most people I've asked have actually come on. There's one or two have cancelled and rearranged, and there's a couple who haven't replied. But generally, people have come on, and like sometimes that surprises me, but it does quite a bit. Got to see, so Irene's just started her podcast.
Definitely need to see that.
I do tend to share it on Paranormal Path. I think it's on the Things Network, isn't it, as well?
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
On the Things than it is. This is going out onto Things Network. No, I don't, Irene. Okay, I've got TV on at the moment. It's just, it's just a picture. I can't focus on it anymore. And if I do watch something, then it's just going to be a series, and you just watch all of it. You binge watch a lot, don't you?
Yeah, oh God,
one episode at 7:00 every Tuesday or something. No, you just watch a lot, don't you? Then it's finished. You think, well, what can I watch now? But it's very rare I find anything I want to spend time watching. One good thing about lockdown was looking up family history. I found out my front room is built on what would have been my great grandfather's. That's incredible, isn't
Oh
it?
wow.
But Carl's got a lot of weird stuff happening in his house at the moment. So Carl is quite sensitive, and I did meet up with him. Well, we meet up every year, don't we? We'll see you again in June, Carl. And we meet up and went to the Robin Hood Legacy, and he was picking up things when we went there, even though we weren't expecting to go. It's just that there's a cancellation, so we went into Nottingham, and oh, by the way, it was available, so we went, which was good. So Wayne, I love doing podcasts. Spookanori will be going Sunday evenings soon. I can't say that word; gets around my neck on a Sunday night.
Don't worry about it. There's some
Yeah,
words that I can't even pronounce, and
yeah,
I've
I'm
got to
not
say,
even trying
Wayne,
it.
Nick.
Yeah, it'd be lovely. It really would be. Yeah, we'll sort something out, Carl. Definitely. I'm going out on the Saturday. I'm actually going to an old mill, so I'm looking forward to that. I think it's probably the first time it's been investigated, so that should be good. I record 90+% of what I watch and fast forward through the adverts. And
Oh
that's
my
it.
god.
We just watch things differently now.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh god, yeah.
you're not. My gosh, we're not tethered to the TV like we used to be, are we?
Oh god, no. Oh god, no. I remember always, you know, being quite a telly fan, and like I used to watch a lot of things with my gran and papa,
Sure.
and they used to be like really like a big telly fan, and you know, when people are talking about the soaps now, I have no idea what they're talking about. Like, they'll say to me, "Oh, do you watch the soaps?" And I'm like, "No." I mean, the last time I watched Coronation Street, they had that big tram crash that crashed and thingy. I mean, that's
What I do, I've not seen it.
way
Yeah,
years ago, you know, and it's like
yeah,
I don't watch TV now. I watch things like Amazon Prime, I watch YouTube, and mostly I'm really on my phone watching groups and watching podcasts. I'm not really bothered by the telly as well. When obviously, if I'm in by myself, I don't watch the TV.
yeah. So Net doesn't watch the news. That's the most important thing. Oh gosh, isn't it just? How much of that's real and fantasy? That's a question.
Uh,
TV has to be correct, not like the old days. Yeah, a lot of
uh,
what we used to watch, it's
mhm.
all banned, isn't it? And
Yes.
things keep changing. Don't watch mainstream. Not sure why people pay the license fee. The 1970s, the license fee was around £12.
Oh wow.
TV takes the second place to many other things. For example, more people read or stream or watch a podcast, and that is it. And if I do try and catch it. We don't want. Oh, okay. Hey.
And that's because of the pictures that you sent me, Wes.
Oh, bless you. But yeah, the world has changed, and yeah,
Yeah,
I tend to watch people's lives as well.
yeah.
Generally, people I know, and yeah, you sort of find the people you want to watch, and that's it, don't you? Really,
Oh,
and
oh
the
God.
sort of I think within this, you kind of meet your tribe, don't you? People who are
Yeah.
similar to you, have the same a similar way of thinking.
Mm,
We
mhm.
don't all say hashtag demons, do we, and things like
Oh,
that.
uh,
You know,
or hashtag podcast wheel or something like that.
yeah,
But
that's it.
but 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 do you know what you mean? Do you know that's because earlier on? But yeah, no, but I totally get what you mean. But I mean, there's a lot of people that I've met in this field and I've interacted with, and you know, I think they're just like great people, like
Yeah,
Nick Matty. I'm going to use him as prime example. Sorry, Nick. I interact with him nearly all the time, and he's got a wee great group out there. And I just, I think, see, like these wee small groups, see if I can help them out
yeah,
and, you know, invite people and help them build and things like that. I think that's great to always help the small groups because these guys might not know where to come.
yeah.
Um, they maybe know where to go to share, where do they even go? Apparently if you
Watch anything like,
whoa.
oh, yeah.
Oh wow.
Real, isn't it? Anything to try and get the money.
Um
I thought
I
hashtags
thought
something to do with fried potatoes. Oh, yeah, classic Rising Damp. Yeah.
Rising
It
Time's
was, wasn't
brilliant.
it?
Love it.
There were a lot of classic programmes, and now there's nothing really worth. No.
No. We were actually talking about this in Frighteners on Friday, after I was having done with my hilarity on Friday. We were talking about the old programmes and, like Rising Damp, like Father Ted, like Monty Python. We're
Oh,
going
my
through all the old programmes and we were all saying about, the fact that how much they're trying to censorise now. Like,
Oh,
back in the
definitely
day,
everything.
it was okay to say such and such, but it's no okay nowadays
That's it.
to say.
You've even got to try and learn the correct words for things as well. You've got to
Oh,
be really careful what you say. Because if
oh,
something
wow.
changes, then you can really put your foot in it.
Oh, God, yeah.
Dad like rings me. Oh, Frances de la Tour just got on my wick. I don't know why. She really did. I don't know. I know if you stream through monitor screens, it's not a TV, the one. I see what you mean. Yeah.
Aye,
Yeah, that's it.
you're going with that?
Yeah, that's the point. But yeah, there are ways around it, and I'm sure if you Google, you can find them. But yeah, and if you don't open the door or something, you're all right as well. Apparently, I don't know.
Oh,
You'd have to check on that one.
I
Uh,
don't like the old TV license. Mind you, I don't have anything to do with them.
oh gosh, yeah, I remember that. Uh, same
I love that. I love the funny saying words.
and stuff. Well,
Dad's
like
army.
Blackadder as well. Series of Blackadder. So I don't know if how that could be shown now, because
Oh,
everything they just change it, don't they? And that's it.
aye, a lot of them was very, very PC. I mean, look, things in Dad's army. I mean, Dad is the
Oh
army.
yeah,
The
that's
see,
changed.
I mean, there's a scene that comes in my head right now, and it's Walker and Jones. And when Jones says to Walker, you just think, "Oh wow, you
Yeah,
can't say that."
I know. You just cringe, don't you? And yet, when watched the original, it was so funny. Oh my gosh, no!
Oh my god,
That one, oh dear.
Steptoe son.
Yeah. But it's just weird how the world has changed so much, and
Yeah.
we all have to evolve. But at the same time, with the world changing so much, there are extra pressures on people. There are extra pressures on younger people as well, and with social media as well. Why is people so hurtful to people? Oh, bless you.
I don't believe you, Mr. Fulton. Social media is really, really, and it can be the most dangerous thing in the world.
Yeah.
And it's horrible, and it is horrible. But then I look at the most positive things about it, and it would have been I would have never met MD that I've met. Well, some I would like to no meet at all,
Yeah,
but never
that's
mind.
right.
But there is
Oh, man.
great people out there. There is really great people out there. The problem with social media is it's easy for people to upload anything. It's easy to upload people doing lives at the worst possible time that they shouldn't be doing lives.
Yeah,
And
that's right.
it's just a horrible, horrible thing. If they stop this, you can't say this or you can't post this. Uh, but if you take away you can't say this, you can't post this, and everything becomes so, you're banned for 3 days because you've said something you shouldn't have, sort of thing.
I'm actually investigating with Jeanette on Saturday, so I'm really looking forward to it.
Oh, have a good one, ladies.
Yeah, so I tend to book locations and sort of invite people along. So we're going to That Haunted Shop in Nottingham. So I
Awesome.
did a group of people, a third group to go in there.
Hmm.
So this was January time, so there's been a few teams in since. So when we first went in, they were quite quiet. It's in an area of Nottingham where I think a lot of secrets happened and they would never disclose anything because it was always you see everything but you can't say anything.
Yeah,
People saw everything happening but, they could never speak. It's right near an old market. So you can imagine
yeah,
like the trading there and like anything would have gone and from probably the 1800s, things like that. So yeah, so you get just a mix of people and it's really interesting. Last time when we went there, we found
hmm,
out some really unexpected stuff, and
yeah,
other teams have validated it. And it was quite a surprise what we've actually come, what we found. And so is
hmm,
the owner of the building. So, well, the guy who has a shop, he used to do ghost hunting as well. He used to run events. So
yeah.
it's just natural for him. He's got a place he's got things happening like poltergeist. Well, question, he's got things moving in rooms, and there are a lot of spirits on the premises. And it's actually a shop. So the worst thing
Oh,
about going
wow.
there is that you buy things as well. So it's got like all these collections of everything. So might have James Bond, like all these collectible items or old records or just loads of different things. Hey
Yep.
Nick.
Oh, there's my boy.
It's just fascinating what they've got in that shop. So I've really got to make sure that I don't. Hey, yeah.
Here I go.
So I've really got to make sure that I don't keep buying things when I go there. But it's just amazing. So last time I went
It,
there, there's a little look like a toilet with the person sitting on it, and it's a
yeah.
spit image of one of my friends. So I was just laughing, and it got bought, and then I was at Tutbury with him. And it got converted into a REM pod. So yeah, it's amazing. Okay then, yeah, no buying anything. We'll see how long you last. But yeah, they've got crystals and everything, so it's just fascinating. Yeah, we're on a bit of a mission, Andy. Won't go into it, but there's something I've been fascinated with for years, and going to that venue just I don't know. I think there's a reason why I'm going to that venue, why it's come up and everything. It's really strange. So I will let you know more if anything happens. But yeah, we've got a bit of a project. Like most of us who are going a mediumistic, I'm probably the weakest medium there. So I can pick up things. I won't call myself a medium for starters, but there are some good mediums going. So it's going to be interesting what we do actually pull through. And what we got last time is, yeah, it's well fascinating. I'm being careful because I don't want to spoil the place for anybody. Also, Jeanette
no.
and Jeanette's already getting things and sending information to me, which is interesting. So I'm just making notes of what everyone's picking up in advance and just take it from there. But I am on a mission, really. So
Is
I'll
that the
let you
same? Is that the same thing you were telling me about? Like why you go to that
possibly.
thing?
Yeah, I think so.
But, yeah.
Yeah. So it is fascinating. Yeah, it's incredible. It's something I don't know why. I don't know how something could stick in my memory, which is in it's in the city of Nottingham. I live 7 miles away. I've never lived
Yeah.
in that area specifically, but it's just something which I don't know. I always remembered about, and now you're there, and it's weird.
Yeah.
It's weird how the place is right there. So I'll just see what happens, and Yeah, I'm really intrigued by this, and yeah, definitely have to see what we can get.
Well, hopefully, fingers crossed, you get a result come Saturday.
They say there's nothing such as coincidence, do they? And there's
Well,
quite a few things that have like sort of pushed that direction, and the people coming as well. So they're all
yeah.
great mediums, basically, apart from me. But yeah, hey Richard, you're
Hey,
all right.
Rita. Hey,
Hello.
Andy.
Yeah, so Jeanette as well. She was thinking about going a bit ago, but then she waited to go with me, and yeah, I don't know. So,
Hmm.
and all of us are sort of meeting up. Some for the first time. Some of us have already been there, and
Yeah.
yeah, it's very interesting.
Well,
Yeah,
look at the bright side. It could be a chance for you guys to obviously the ones that have been there and the ones that haven't been there. For the ones that, if the guys who haven't been there, that they've
yeah,
picked up, maybe pick up stuff that you guys are like, oh wow,
yeah. That's
they
right.
how did they know that sort of thing?
Yeah, that's it. So, like, if anyone finds out anything in advance, I'm making a note.
Yeah.
And then we'll just put it all together at the end of the evening. But yeah, I'm really looking forward to it. With so much coming through already. And then when Jeanette sent me something, I sent her something, which was random. I got some imagery in my head, and yeah, it tied up with something to do with Jeanette personally.
Oh
So
wow.
that was quite amazing.
It's always, that's always great when it happens. Do you know? Funny
Yeah.
enough, I was talking about the development classes the other night. Can't
Oh,
remember
can't
who I was
wait.
talking to them, and I said, one of the best things I ever did was the development classes. I
Yeah.
miss them. I really do miss it.
Oh, it's a shame. Yeah, because I am going to Barry's. I think it's on the 19th. It's quite a way, and I can't wait for that one. It's going to be good again because I've had two lots of development lessons with Barry John.
Yep.
The first was actually in a pub. We went in, tried doing trance as well, so we just tried all different sort of aspects of mediumship, which was great. A lot of
Aye.
in the power, and then we sort of did some online ones, which you joined us, didn't you?
Yeah. Yeah.
So that was
Oh,
brilliant.
do you know
Yeah.
what? Is it? Hi, Holly. How you doing? I absolutely freaking love that guy.
Oh,
Um.
Ely. Stratum Old Engine in Ely.
Oh,
Ooh,
Mr. C.
interesting.
You need to let me know.
Yeah,
Um,
sounds cool. Yeah, but yeah, it is fascinating. But my mediumship's dropped back, and I don't know why. But sometimes it can be stress, can't it?
yeah, it could be stress, or it could just be, it could just be something that's maybe blocking it. Maybe I'm talking like it's a sort of plunger, like you've
Yeah.
just blocked the toilet or that. But
Well, yeah.
um,
I don't know what's been going on, to be fair, because I don't know. But I've been trying to do
I
my.
bet you can't, Holly.
I'm going again in September. I can't wait.
Oh, September. You'll need to
Yeah.
let me know when.
I still haven't sorted out my photos yet from last year.
Oh God.
I need
Oh
to.
Jesus.
Yeah, with Jeanette, I confirmed something, and she's thinking that she's knocking around watching her for some reason. So whether I've tuned into Jeanette or whether I've tuned into something else, I've no idea. But yeah, these things, it's weird, isn't it? I got I got chatting to Jeanette because we did
Yeah.
investigation with Wednesbury Paranormal at Ashbourne. So we've just met up
But
since, which is amazing.
listen,
Great.
that's the best way to. It's the best way to start friendships. Look at me and Nick Millay. We're almost tied to each other's hips.
Yeah, that's it.
Um, in fact, actually, funny enough, I'm phoning Nick tonight. That man never ever gets peace from me. Oh, that's my birthday, the 29th.
Oh
Oh,
wow.
no, sorry. You say it's September, 29th of March. Oh, wowee.
What month are you
Um,
going, Holly?
March. But yeah, so it's great when you have the friendships. As I said, me and Nick are
Oh,
honest to God.
There you go.
Awesome.
Brilliant.
But yeah, it's just one of those ones. But it's great when you've got friendships like that.
Yeah, it's like Irene, I've known her for maybe 6 years. You know, we chat quite a bit, and yeah, it's just fascinating, isn't it? But
Oh, I
yeah,
love Irene.
It's awesome. He's always on a podcast somewhere, isn't he?
He is. I must admit, without Nick being my second in command, I wouldn't know what to do with him. He keeps me on my toes. And do you know
Oh,
what?
bless you.
As I said in my podcast, Nick is. I mean, I rip my co-hosts, right, and I rip them to shreds. And, like, we banter, but with Nick, he's just so lovely, and it's so hard sometimes know what to say to him. And I'll always kid him on that he's got a girlfriend, and I'll always say to him when he's looking at his phone, I'll say, "Oh, is she more important than me?" And he'll just laugh at me.
Oh, bless him.
But he's so lovely, Nick. It's so hard to. Oh,
Oh, bless you. I've got Carl, who basically Hope Hospital, now Salford Royal, one area now long gone in 2008. His wife was with him when I was flying into the wall. I often wonder if anyone had this in the new building. Flung into the wall. Wow, that's mad, isn't it?
well, eh?
Yeah, it's going to be
It is
great to
pretty
meet
mental.
you soon. It really is. Yeah, I don't know, there's something strange going on, to be fair. But I do tend to get a lot of activity now, so whenever I go anywhere, there's always activity happening around me. But I don't protect myself either, so anything can happen, really.
Right, who really does protect themselves in the paranormal? Come on. No many
I don't
investigators
know,
do.
because like when I first did my the first developmental lessons I did, like we were told to keep grounded and protecting throughout the
Yeah.
day all the time. And I thought, well, I haven't done it for the rest of my years in my life. So what's the difference now? Like Wayne, no, never. I've brought
A
things
lot of
home,
people,
I've got attachments, whatever, really. But things happen, don't they?
a lot of people don't. A lot of people nowadays, even no offense to the
Yeah.
youth. Hey, Vam, are you lurking, women? Is that? Vam's trying to make sure I'm on my best behaviour.
You do need to
um,
protect yourself from people, though, for God's sake.
but
People.
oh, people, depends on what people. If I could throw stones at those people. But a lot of the your people really don't really use. You don't hear many folk these days, mind you. A lot of people I'm finding who have went supporting the ladies. Oh, it's always precious. Um, a lot of people I'm noticing are going from investigating to podcasting. There's a lot of new podcasts coming out, and a
There are,
lot of people. Yeah, there is. Like, there's all the time. You see it all the time. Like Andy Linton, he's coming out. You've got John Paul Newlands.
that's
You've
right,
got a lot of you podcasts coming out. Irene.
yeah. And then you've got another podcast, which sounds a bit ropey, coming out. But hey ho.
That'll be a shit show. No, the real deal.
Yeah. But moving on. Strangest thing for me is always finding, no matter where I go, links to Nottingham. Even my hometown, Bolton, I find many links. And
Sorry, did I speak too loud there? I forgot I was alive.
I know it's cool. I don't know. It's all good. Yeah.
I'm good. Carrying on.
Yeah. Oh, it's going, isn't it? It's going down the pan.
let's not go down the path. We've done so well. 40 minutes.
Yeah, we've done 40 minutes without much mention. But,
Come on, ladies, he said it was interesting.
yeah,
It's a bit weekend in Paris.
Yeah, watching paint dry. Yeah, nah, it's so good, isn't it? We're just having a laugh. That's it, like, that's too short, isn't it? But, you
That's
know,
that.
have a laugh, just don't hurl abuse at people. There you go.
Yeah, well. Oh well. My guilty conscience.
No, nothing to be guilty about. We do need a laugh in these times.
Definitely.
It is
Definitely.
fun, isn't it? Hasn't the weather been odd lately? Yeah, very. It's all the time, doesn't it? And there's a lot of drizzle. It's quite nutty, really, isn't it?
It is.
I put my podcast on hold at the moment. Oh, bless
Oh,
you.
I didn't even know that, Andy. I'm so sorry to hear that.
I was aware, and I hope things, so you can
I
get.
hope things are alright, buddy. Huge hugs to you and the wife.
This burning sage, just eat it
Is
before.
that a random fact, Robert, that you're sharing?
You like a bit of stuffing then, do you? There we go. Not even a Friday, is it?
Well, it's not a Friday, not yet, isn't it? Or smoke.
In your own ups.
Do you know what? Yeah, there's a good tip for you. But yeah. Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
Any questions?
Cold sunny rain fog, snow and hail. In fact, a normal British summer. Yeah, but it ain't even summer yet, Carl. Not even spring.
Nah, definitely not. So, are you self-cleansing? Hi, Robin.
Hiya.
There's a stranger in the house.
Yeah. So Robin and I years ago, when a few of us got together, really, including Nick, and that's where I met Nick as well. So it's through Robin that I actually met Nick in the first place, and Irene. And we still chat, after all this time. Oh, bless you.
Oh, bye. See you tomorrow night. Love you. Bye.
Bye. Hello. But yeah. But so, anything outside of podcasts? Are you up to anything else?
Really, no. I'm as I said, just podcasting and really just I'm doing a lot of research for the shows, like for the crime show in particular, because there's so much that I want to cover. And what I tend to do now, like, oh, hello. There's so much that I've got to cover, and with crime show, I'm trying to keep it original. Don't get me wrong, I say it's a crime show on a Thursday. 80% yeah, it is. And then other times we'll do such shows like we'll talk about like Nicholas Tesla. We will talk about it's just different types of subject. Because I just don't want people coming on the podcast and thinking it's just crime on every Thursday, getting a bit bored. So we like to, shape it up some often. This Thursday, Friday is going to be quite an emotional one for us all because obviously you're aware Cliff Jones passed away.
Oh, that's so.
You're right. It goes wonky. As you all know, that Cliff Jones passed away. Now, Cliff Jones, to everybody, was a big part of podcasting. He did support all the podcasts.
Yeah, I supported it as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I really, really, I do miss his output. So obviously, I just want to make it aware, because I hashtag that one as well. Obviously, I just wanted to make people aware that I did go and seek permission from his wife.
Oh, bless you.
So we are doing a 2-day tribute to him.
Oh,
As a like both teams as appreciation for what Cliff did, because Cliff and MD that watches is not just a viewer. They're not just a viewer. They become your friends and they become your family. And that's how Cliff came. Cliff was always in. Cliff was always commenting. Cliff was always, Lois, I've sent you that book in DM. I've
oh,
PM'd you that book. And without him now, it's one of those ones. Bye, Elle. Um,
I
yeah,
sort of,
that would be fine, Carl. Please feel free. Um, and it's, as I said, as a appreciation, we're doing a 2 day podcast. So
oh,
on
bless you.
Thursday we'll be talking about Victorian era. That's what we're doing on the Thursday, and then on the Friday we're just he is
Yeah,
greatly missed.
yeah. So you did put sort of a appeal out, didn't you? So if anybody wanted to
Yep.
record something or say
Yeah.
anything,
What
send.
if what I would do, guys, is if MD in the podcast wants to pay tribute, to Cliff, what to do is, even if you write a wee something, I don't mind. I can obviously I can read it out. That's not a problem, because I know some people don't feel comfortable with the whole like typing thing. So if people want to obviously come and write a wee something, that's fine. Just send it to myself, or send it to Willow. Definitely. But I'm gonna get it shared out. Because he impacted a lot of people.
Yeah, that's it. It's so sad, isn't it? Yeah.
It,
He,
it is one of the hardest things, is losing somebody like Cliff.
yeah, that's right. Because we also lost. Oh, so Cole's going to type up a story for you.
No problem.
Yeah, it's like we lost Annalise as well, didn't we? And that was.
That was a shocker. That was something that I wasn't expecting.
No,
But
that's.
as I said with time and time before, we Annalise used to swoop in, swoop out, swoop in and swoop out. So if you never heard from Annalise for months, that wasn't something that was out of the ordinary. That was something that was Annalise. Annalise was the type of person to come in for
Yeah,
maybe 2 3 weeks and then disappear for months.
yeah. And then we
So
found she passed, and yet we're now
mm,
admins of a group, and it's destination
mm,
unknown, isn't it? And
yeah.
yeah,
And and do you know what? She would have wanted it kept going. She would
oh,
have, because
definitely.
she lived for that group, and she
She
would
did.
have wanted.
She loved it.
She
Yeah.
definitely did. Don't get me wrong. I don't know if, because it was quite creepy. It was still like using her name and welcoming, but that's part of
Yeah,
admin assist.
yeah, that was
Um,
odd, wasn't it? Yeah. I don't know if it still
well,
does, 'cause I didn't stop it.
I don't think it does, because I've not
Yeah.
seen her name pipe up for a long time.
Unless I've been editing
Um,
people since. You've
oh
got
God, I
that as
know.
well.
I know. Tell me about it. But it's sad. It's really sad. And
It is.
when you look at Scott Lee Bauer as well,
Yeah.
is it him as well? And him and Cliff actually died in the same weekend.
It's, yeah.
Um, it's it's really sad. It is really sad, and people can say, well, you never knew them, or well, you never really met them. Well, really, you can't say
Get to
that when
know
you.
people, sort of, because you sometimes
Mhm.
know people more. Like, you might work
Uh-huh,
with people, you don't really know them because you don't get to talk to them. And yet
uh-huh.
here, you do actually get to know, get an idea of what a person's like to some degree, don't you?
Oh,
You
God,
have
oh,
banter,
God, aye. Oh,
you know,
God, aye.
talking about spreadsheets or something where, you get no
I'm
information
sure
what a person's like.
I'm sure that spreadsheets are not that bad, love.
Oh God, they are. He entered my spooky writing competition before he
That,
passed. It's a
that,
great
do you
story.
know what?
Bless him.
It was just, it's really sad.
It's sad.
Um,
Yeah.
but it's one of those ones where it's sad. Sad when anybody passes. It's no nice, and it's just it's that's what makes me proud to be paranormal. Is
Yeah.
when you do have the relationship, such as me, the one that I had with Cliff, the one I had with Annalise.
Proud to be paranormal.
Oh, you got your pride to be paranormal. You'll be wearing that proud and loud on, is
Yeah.
it June, or is it June
July.
or July?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm already wearing it. I got
See,
say, I've not even paid him for it yet. I need to sort that out.
do you know, do you know something? And I'm going to say this really, and I'm going to put it right out there. I really, really, really admire Barry Frankish. And I'll tell you why I really, really admire Barry Frankish. I really admire that man because he's been through so much and
Definitely.
he's bounced back so hard. And to go out his way to create something to try and bring the paranormal together, that man needs a medal.
Yeah.
That man needs a clap.
It
There
is
should be a.
fascinating what he's done. Like he brought it in last year, and
Mhm.
already he's going again. And the badges did raise money for charity as
Uh,
well.
I,
So
I,
it helped those, as well as what it did for the community.
mhm. I mean, it should be something like a clap for Barry Frankish, and we all should clap Barry Frankish. I think we should all clap Barry Frankish when it comes to proud to be paranormal because that man needs recognition as well because he's
He
went out
does.
his
Yeah.
way in time and he's thingy. And that's why I always ask when it comes round that year round because I'll always say to Barry Frankish, Barry, is it alright if you're doing it on the Saturday, can I do something frighteners on the Friday? And that man has never ever turned round and said no to me. He's always said yeah.
So
And it's
Barry's
brilliant.
got Mary's show tonight after this show.
I,
9
uh,
p.m. So yeah,
that, what is it?
he is.
He really is.
Yeah, I did go to his den. I actually got to visit his. He did sort of set up sort of haunted rooms in a way, and I
Hmm.
went there, and as did Vaughn, and a few from Paranormal went, and it was incredible what he did. And he has different
Hmm.
views about the paranormal.
Yep.
Like he is totally old school. He works out like what sort of things, like you look at an old compass, something like that. He looks at alternative ways of, you know, trying to measure things rather than all the electronics and gadgets.
Yeah.
And he does have his own ideas. Whereas a lot of people have the same ideas across a lot of paranormal, but he has different ideas of how things can work or how things can potentially be used. Like it's got a old style radio which is like sorted out as well. I think he showed it. I do a podcast with him now once a month.
Yeah.
When I first met him, while he was on the show, Pure Paranormal Radio Show, Tom Warrington. So that's how I first got to know him. And then he did a discussion show on haunted antiques during the COVID time. So
Yeah.
Tina, so we started up that again once a month for now, and he sort of helps out at haunted antiques. I've seen him there a couple of times because we tend to go different nights, basically. But just the way it works out. But yeah, it is amazing what he does and
Oh
goes
God, I.
on. But yeah,
I mean, I've got a lot of respect for a lot of people in the paranormal. I really, really do. And I've tried to launch myself a few times into the paranormal, and maybe I'm no cut out for it. But I don't take that as a sadness. I take that as a positive because I've found my positive, and my positive is podcasting. And
Everybody's got their own journey, and it's not for
oh God,
somebody
I
else to say that's rubbish, or belittle
mhm,
people because of a difference
yeah.
of opinion.
Oh God, that.
So
Listen,
just grow your
as
path, grow your route.
I mean, as you know, right, I have been named for a toll on a tour live.
Oh,
I have took the the one in Amazon. I've took nonsense after one for Amazon Prime. Um,
well, I
and
got abuse off that the other day.
oh,
And like, I don't know why I should that just get a mention. Like, why? We do our own thing. I don't even
do you
know
know
the
what?
person. It's mad, isn't it?
Do, do you know what? I would. I've got to kind of give him credit, because me and have the same ideology on one person.
Yeah,
And that's
well,
the only time that's the only time that I will agree. But I've took flack off them, and I've never ever let it get me down because it's just been, you know what, you can say what you want about me, I just don't
yeah,
care, and
this is,
I really don't.
it's hard. Like within the paranormal, you do find like you get people close to you, and oh, it can go bad. And
Hmm.
I don't know
Hmm.
why, whether because in a way we're actually trusting people with our lives. So we go to
Yeah,
these dark buildings, even on a public event. Like when I
yeah,
first started going, we're rolling up on public events. We're we're assuming that the team exists. Like, okay, now I know, but back in those days, you book on with the team. You
yeah,
assume it's all real. There's once I decided to meet one of my friends, Facebook friends, at Strally Hall locally, and I didn't know him, or and I was a bit wary of that one. And in the end, he fell out with me and blocked me on the same day. So I don't know what happened on that one. But we're
oh
friends
my
now. It was a misunderstanding somehow. Or maybe
God.
and then you block. But yeah, you do find like you get friends, and then for some reason I don't know whether it's because you're doing paranormal, whether there are some weird energies in the air, and sometimes maybe it does affect people in some ways, and they don't realise it.
I just, I think what gets me, and it really does get me, is I'm a really down to earth person. Alright, no matter what anybody says, see the people who know me truly know that I'm a truly down to earth person. I
Yeah,
really down to earth without a shadow of a doubt. I will fight Goliath if I have to.
yeah,
But I'm really down to earth. And I have seen so many people come into this game, be so down to earth, and start the paranormal and always say, I'm never ever going to get
oh,
like this.
yeah,
And you just can see it because they start wanting small, small wants big, big wants bigger. And before you know it, they're out the depth. And it's just, they become so big headed. And it's just like, really remember where you came from.
yeah. That's it. Because everyone's just people, aren't they? And like, it's because I don't know if, well, they put themselves on a pedestal sometimes, and then their fans put them on a pedestal, which probably makes it worse sometimes.
Oh God, yeah. Oh God.
Isn't it?
It's just, it's just
Yeah.
like, still be that down to earth person. You know, if people don't like you, then it's not the end of the world. If people
No,
don't follow you, it's
does it
you
matter?
go in with nothing. What you going to lose?
Yeah, that's right. It's just But for the community, for the people I've met, I'm getting closer for my book coming out.
Oh, when is your book coming out? I'm sitting here waiting for you and Ben.
Just waiting on that. Yeah, here we go, Wayne. It's for those that think they're bigger than they think they are that lose their credibility. Yeah.
Well, then I'm going to flip Wayne's comment, right? It's the ones that lose the credibility that become so. I'm going to use the word thirsty now because that's the right terminology to use is thirsty, and then they expect to get into people's podcast. You can't slag a community and then expect them to say, yes, we will have you on.
Ooh.
So there's two sides of the coin. You become too big for your boots, but then you start to get really desperate when you're at everybody's door trying to rile them so that you can get onto the show, and it's just not going to happen.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, it is mad, isn't it? Biggest
Money.
Paranormal is money, and yeah, money and
Oh,
fame, isn't it?
it is.
People. Angie, we're all out to investigate, to try to find out places that we visit, but no one is greater than anyone else. We go out,
Totally agree with that.
be that way, and that's right. Like
Totally
I've recently got together with a couple of great people. We sort of hosted together. That kind of fell apart. So then we just met up and we got on, and we're going to be doing a lot more investigating together. And yeah, they're going on Saturday, so really I'm looking forward to that. And it's kind of circumstances what throw you together, I just see that you're on a path, and then, you might go one way, somebody might go another, but just part amicably. There's no reason for childishness or silliness, is there?
Oh, definitely, definitely.
With your journey in a different way, because you don't always want the same things, and you change, don't you? About
it's like I always say, it's like a relationship. It's like two people. It's honeymoon period. Then people begin to want separate things, and then they go their own way. And as you say, it's still about just keeping it amicable. What's wrong with this needs to be a war. There doesn't need to be a war over something that could be easily like, good luck, right, goodbye, go your separate ways. What? Sorry I didn't actually read a full of that comment because obviously I'd just seen the midst of it. What was the comment again?
It says working together to find the answers is always the case. There is no room for narcissists and egos, and that's right. And the paranormal doesn't like that, does it?
I mean, it is always working together. Aye, Wayne. Mr. Seaton.
Oh dear,
Jesus Christ. See what I have to put up with on a Thursday.
Oh dear.
Oh, my guilty conscience.
Doesn't it? What can you say?
Can't say much to that.
No.
It's a bit of the fruit and nut. What do you want, the fruit or the nut?
That's right. And it's just done it, hasn't it, really? But yeah, like we have met some interesting people. Oh my gosh. Got chased off a hunt because of turkeys and gunfire.
Oh. Wow. Oh shit.
A bit grim.
That is.
Yeah. And that's the thing, some of the buildings that people go to, my gosh, it's a hell of a risk, isn't it?
It is.
But I find that if I go somewhere which is outdoors, other people turn up because I'm like right in between Nottingham and Derby, basically. So anywhere around here, what people know, if you turn up, somebody else will turn up. So it's difficult to go to outdoor locations. That's why I do go on some. I do go on public events. The team know me
Yeah,
quite well, so they just let me do my. I do. I am with them, but I don't always partake in sort of communal things like table tennis.
yeah.
But I'll just try and zone in and see what I can pick up on. But yeah, there's
It's it's
some
one it's
historical
one of
locations
the ones.
by, and yeah, you've gone, haven't you? No,
Oh,
I won't go to abandoned buildings. No, that's it because
and
it's not our property, is it? You know,
see,
it's
I
not always
have
to do so.
I have the view, right? See if someone doesn't look after that building and they don't even go and maintain it. I'm
Oh,
like, what is so people oh
with
Collie, what you like?
that.
It's one of those ones, if people are not gonna look after that building and they're not going to spend time in it, then they should lose the rights to it automatically because there's one building in here that's sat for many, many years and it's right next to a train station in here. And the guys racked up such a bill that the buildings now became really, really bad. And for a while there, the trains weren't allowed to go in here because the building was condemned.
Right.
And because of how far, because it used to be a hotel. So I can remember when the hotel was still running, it was still opened. And now that they've actually had to knock the building down, now I've not been in there for don't know how long now, so I wouldn't know how it would look. So I can imagine it would look pretty flat by now. But a lot of these people, they have such lovely buildings and they just don't look after them. And on the flip side of things, you have youths that go in and wreck the place, vandalise, leave.
Despicable, yeah.
It's horrible. It
It's
is really, really
one
horrible.
lecturer I know, and he'll go in, he'll take photos and the records of a time and a record of a moment in time. So there's a local school which was near me. He went
Mm-hmm.
in before it got bulldozed, and you could see various things in there, like
Mm-hmm.
a jumper with the old uniform, or notebooks, or things with a logo and stuff like that. And it was interesting to see it. But he goes,
Yeah.
he's respectful and he gets good photos.
Oh
But
God.
then, you get,
You
crazy,
just
where people are vandalising, graffiti and everything under the sun.
yeah.
And it's just
It is. It is horrible, and I mean, I can't imagine how Lennox Castle must have looked back then to
oh,
the way it is now. I've showed Nick actually, both Nicks. I've sent the pictures to Lennox Castle, and I can imagine it must have been a brilliant building at one time, but it's just the way it is now. You can't, because they used to have the old fire escape stairs,
oh,
and that's all just like broken away. It's
yeah.
horrible. It is really horrible to see. And the sad thing is, nobody cares. No one cares about these buildings.
But then again, from another perspective, like people ghost huntings, paying, hiring
Yep,
locations. So
yep.
you get Natalie, she's got the nunnery, she's got the George Jarvis School, and she's got
Uh-huh.
other places as well. And she is getting these abandoned buildings, making them safe, and opening them up for ghost hunters. And it's just brilliant, isn't it? And we're
Yeah, it is. It really is.
the money from this community is to help to keep these fantastic buildings. Otherwise, they will lose the roof. They will get leaks and everything. And she's
Mhm.
really doing well.
I
But
mean, it's great. It's great when you have people that do that. I can imagine